You know what the hardest thing about being a Stormlight fan is basically getting new people to read the book. Like, there are so many people that I'm like, hey, you should read this book because, you'll really enjoy it. Normally, when I get those types of conversations, I usually get two responses. The first is usually, what are you doing in my house? I'm calling in the cops. And the other response that I normally get is, I cannot read this. This is way too big. There are so many pages to this. And basically, like, I'll get confused with all the characters and all the events, and it'll just be a mess. And, I was actually the exact same way when I read The Way of Kings. I was like, what's going on? Who's this character? What's this location? Like, the maps and stuff help, but I was like confused and trying to be like, okay, where does everything go? But luckily, there was a brand new resource that I think, in my opinion, is going to change that type of conversation and get people to read the series. And also, people that have those questions while reading are going to have a much better time with this brand new resource that just came out. Why don't we talk about it? Because I think, in my opinion, it's a godsend and it's such a great thing. So, why don't we check it out? I am proud to present one of the greatest Stormlight resources ever. The folks at the 17th Shard have created an interactive map of Roshar that, in my honest opinion, will change how people will approach the material, both new and old readers alike. For people that don't know, the 17th Shard is a fan website for all things Brandon Sanderson, and they recently released an interactive map of Roshar, but in true Brandon Sanderson fashion, it's stuffed to the gills with research and content that will last you years upon years of reading and research. On its surface, it seems to be like your regular map. You can scroll through the sprawling world of Roshar, from the Shattered Plains down to the Pure Lake. Though, upon further examination, you will very quickly see that there is so much more to click on. If you bring up the Shattered Plains, you'll get a brief description of the area, as well as a beautiful piece of artwork to accompany it to really set you into the mood. As well as when you're reading through it, you'll see key events that occur there, as well as lists of characters and links to the copper mine for more detailed information within that area. The other thing that I think is so great about this map is you can track it based on a timeline. You can start at the beginning of time and go currently up to the events of Oathbringer. As more books and more information comes out, the map and timeline will grow and expand as it is an ongoing project, so when a new novella or a new novel comes out, after a couple weeks and if not months, there'll be more things to accompany the timeline, which is a really great addition, knowing that this is constantly changing depending on new information that we get and different things within the timeline. Other additional information can be found, such as Oathgate locations, a detailed map of Shadesmar, and even having the ability to follow a single character on their journey throughout the world. This resource is so vast that I spent a good hour while researching this video, just looking at the maps and just reading things that I had either forgotten about or simply wanted to learn more about, with the ability to look up specific things in the timeline. My job as a Stormlight content creator has almost become streamlined in a way. I can't thank the 17th Shard enough, because I'm able to look up little minute things or look up things in the timeline to keep within continuity, that having it in a visual sense in this way and so aesthetically pleasing really helps. So, thanks guys. The power of this interactive map is really going to change how people view the series and make it a lot easier to enter into the series without getting confused on certain aspects of it. Although, with that being said, I wish there was a filter to turn off spoilers, or a feature to be like, hey, I just started the book series, and here's a basic information of things I want to know about the story. Would be such a powerful resource to have as well. Again, this is a very powerful tool that has been developed, and with it constantly being updated and changed with more books, I can see myself using this map until I can no longer have Stormlight books to cover. So basically, I'm going to be using it until I'm in my 80s. Basically, in conclusion, everyone should use this map. It is so good. If you like Stormlight, if you want to learn more about the world, you should totally use it. It's going to be something that's going to change a lot of things. And I just have to thank everyone within the 17th Shard team. Here's some people you just got to thank, and if you see them, you should shake their hands or maybe give them a shard blade, maybe. Who knows? Maybe they might have to swear some oaths, but pretty much just thank them. And you have to also thank all the artists, the people that got involved with making this amazing project. Here's some links down below to people as well. Like, this is so amazing of a project that for me, it just warms my heart when we see things like this. And you should totally check it out. There's going to be a link down below in the video if you want to check it out that way, or you can go to www.17shard.com, and it's pretty much, there's a link to it. and it's going to be one of those things that they're going to be constantly updating every time there's a book and stuff coming out. So that's going to be the highlight of it. And like always, everyone, may your food and drink ever be tasteful, and may your books be filled with fantasy and adventure. Bye, everyone. See ya.
Hey,
Wait,
what are you doing in my house? Aren't you that weirdo that keeps
God.
trying to make me read those huge books? I'm getting my gun!